Premier League has its inaugural game here, the Worcester Wolves taking on Loughborough Lightning. It promises to be a fantastic atmosphere here. We've got crowds in, the two great teams going head to head on what is a brilliant day for wheelchair basketball. Well, I managed to catch up with the two coaches earlier on to see what their thoughts were ahead of the tip-off. Well, Simon, an exciting day for the club. How have the preparations this week been?
Preparation's gone really well. I think it's been a while coming. So the girls have known this day. So they've had Christmas, that period, and I think since we come back from Christmas into the new year, then I think the focus has been towards today. There's a bit of nervousness about getting on the court performing, but just the excitement to be involved in what is a prestigious day, really. I think for us, it's a journey into the future, and to be the club that's hosting the first ever game brings with it a lot of excitement. So the girls have really responded to that this week, trained hard, and then we'll go on court and perform the best we can.
And from a coaching point of view, obviously a lot of excitement, a lot of coverage, a lot of media interest this week, but it's also about the 40 minutes on court and trying to focus on that.
Yeah, it's about focusing on our performance, focus on what we can do, trying to take over what we're doing in practice to put in the game, and use this as a springboard to move forward. We're all competitive, we all want to perform, we all want to do well, and we'd love to win, but to win we've got to make sure that we do what we need to do on the court and use that, so our performance would justify the end result. So that's our focus for today.
And what are the things that you feel that you need to do really well in order to win this game?
Well, we need to do the fundamentals of the game, so we need to ensure that we cross the floor well, we need to ensure that we keep possession of the ball, make good decisions. Everything we be practicing in practice. I guess the thing we just don't know, Dan, is we're playing in this arena. There'll be fans in here. It's the first time the girls have probably played in front of a crowd, let alone a crowd of this size. So within that environment, it's whether they will embrace that or whether it's going to take a while. We know that Loughborough have got some high quality players. We've got to make sure that we execute as, and ultimately we've got to take our chances.
You mentioned the Loughborough team, some talented players on that roster. What do you have to do to try and contain them?
I think we have to ensure that we recognise where the threats are. Realistically, we can't contain everybody, but what we need to do is ensure that we communicate well between us and cut down easy transition opportunities, cut down the inside scores, and we need to make them beat us rather than us beat ourselves. For us, it's an exciting game to play. Loughborough are a high quality team, great coach in George, who's played at the highest level in transition into coaching. But for us, it's the yardstick, and that's where we want to be. So I've got a young team, I've got a team that want to improve. Well, today's the first step on that.
Good luck in the game. Well, an exciting time, the first game of the season. How have the preparations been?
Yeah, preparation's been really good. We're really looking forward to getting on the floor. You can only tell so much from training, and you can't really get a good picture of where the team's at until we play. But as I said, we're training really well, and I just can't wait to see what we do on the floor.
Other end of the floor, you look at that Worcester team. Where are the threats that you see there?
There's a couple of obviously GB players in that team, so they're always going to be a threat. But they're a young team, and with young teams, you're always going to get energy and energy. You're always going to get energy, and I think we've just got to be really careful to not take this game lightly.
And from your perspective as a coach, it's obviously been quite an exciting week, a lot of build-up to it. In some ways, you've got to just focus on the fact that it's 40 minutes of wheelchair basketball and not to think about everything else.
Yeah, no, same as anything. You take it game by game. That's what you do in any season. It's an inaugural season for that, which there's a lot more noise around it. But we've just got to put that to the side and treat it as a game of basketball.
And what are the things that you'll be saying to the team beforehand that they have to do well in order to win this game?
We just need to play with energy. Energy and execution's our big two things, and that's what I'll be kind of repeating to them in the change room. But also to enjoy it. It's a massive moment for the sport, and we don't want to be kind of unaware of that fact, and we need to really be present in this moment because it's a massive moment for women's sport and disability sport.
No, I guess it's that thing of balancing the two, trying to take it all in, but trying not to get overawed by it and just playing the game.
Yeah, there is that. You don't want to be distracted by the crowd, but I think we need to appreciate or the television and stuff like that. We need to appreciate that it's happening because for some of the girls, this is the first time they've been in a situation like this, so they need to enjoy it.
Well, you enjoy the day and have a good game.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, the two teams being introduced to the crowd here at the University of Worcester Arena, and it is a fantastic day ahead of us in Worcester as the Wolves take on Loughborough Lightning. Well, I am delighted and honoured, in fact, to be joined by not only a GB wheelchair basketball legend, but also a Paralympic bronze medalist in the power lifting, Louise Sugden. Lou, great to have you with us. This is a great day for wheelchair basketball, isn't it?
It's a fantastic day. I can't wait to see this match. I'm really honoured to be part of this, and yeah, just let's get some basketball.
Well, I guess that's the balance for the teams. Is there's been a lot of talk this week, a lot of excitement, a lot of media interest. Here they are now. The lights have come down, the spot's on. Big show in town. But not forgetting there's 40 minutes of wheelchair basketball to be played in all of that.
It's just such a great event. It's fantastic that they've got such a show going on here, it's great, isn't it?
And actually, it's also only the first step. I mean, we're making a big thing because this is the first game in this new BWB Women's Premier League. But actually, the plans are not just for this year. This is an ongoing thing to build and grow the sport of wheelchair basketball in the UK.
Yeah, and hopefully this is just the first step on that journey, and this can just grow, and over the next maybe 5 years we can see not just this event, but other sporting events and wheelchair basketball events in this country being given so much coverage.
And if we turn our attention to the two teams on court, there's plenty of GB experience out there, plenty of players for the fans at home to keep an eye on.
We've got a good mix of experience and newer players out there, and we've got quite a few players that have represented Great Britain at multiple Paralympic Games, especially at the most recent Tokyo Games. I think there are 5 or 6 players who were out in Tokyo, so it'd be great to see them competing at home.
And one player who's not here today, Jude Hamer, tremendously experienced, high-level talent, not available for this game. That is a blow for Loughborough not having Jude out on court.
They'll definitely miss her on the floor today, but I think they've got a lot of experience, so hopefully it won't stop them playing the basketball that they've planned.
And it really is a fantastic opportunity for them to take as well. And I guess I was talking to Sarah Hope before, and a little bit of nerves in there as well, being the first home game and the Worcester fans coming out to support their team. But you've got to try and channel that in a positive way.
I think it's just natural to have a bit of nerves, and I think it shows that you care about what's happening and the result. I always got horrendously nervous before basketball games, so I know exactly how she feels. But yeah, you just have to focus on the job in hand and just really enjoy this moment, because it is a fantastic day.
And of course we've got a lot of coverage coming up over the next few months of the year as these teams go against each other. Of course, there's 4 teams in the league initially. Cardiff Met Archers and East London Phoenix, the other 2 teams, and they'll be playing their way through, and it's almost like sizing each other up as the season goes on. And it'll be interesting to see how these teams develop, because obviously through the pandemic the opportunities to play sport at every level has been curtailed, and you feel getting out there and playing basically every week or so, you'll see them develop as teams.
Yeah, it's a really great mix in all of the teams, so it's going to be really interesting to see who comes out on top in this league.
And you can see East London against Cardiff next week, and then we go on into February. We've got a double header coming up at the end of February, so we should know all about these teams as they develop on, and that is the fascinating challenge for the coaches, is how they mesh them into a team. We talked about individual talent, but getting them to work together as a team. I know they have done their preparations over the last few weeks or so building up to this day, but there's nothing quite the same as being out on court in the heat of battle to really find where your teammate likes to get the ball and what things you need to do defensively and all of those sorts of things.
Yeah, you're very right. You don't know until you get out there in a match. These ladies will be training together very regularly. I think they train together multiple times in the week. And like you say, nothing. They won't really know until they get out on the floor today. So it'll be a very, very interesting match.
Certainly. Well, let's have a look at these team lineups that we've been talking about, starting with the Worcester Wolves. Sarah Hope, we talked about her already, the captain of the Wolves. Who else have you got your eye on this Worcester team?
You've got some experience there in Kayla Bell, and also Jessica Dowsdale's a very promising young player, so I think definitely ones to watch.
And Coach Fisher, of course, plenty of experience. He will get the best out of this group.
Definitely. He was obviously coaching out at the Paralympic Games, so he knows his way around a basketball court.
He certainly does. And if we have a quick look at the Loughborough Lightning lineup, and again, we talk about experience in depth. There's a lot of players who've played at the very highest level. You look at Laurie Williams, Robin Love, Shiv Fitzpatrick, young up-and-coming player, really stamping her authority. It's a great opportunity for all of these.
Yeah, I mean, it's just such a depth. They've got such depth in their team, so they've got rotations that they can make, and there's some really, really promising young players as well in this squad.
Lucy Robinson, of course, as well. We mentioned the fact that Jude Hamer not here, and obviously Jude would have been a focal point of this team, and I'm sure we'll see her as the season progresses, but they're not short of offensive options in that lineup, are they?
No, they've got a fantastic offensive lineup. I think that Robin will bring a lot to the floor, and Lucy will possibly fill in that gap that Jude's left this week.
Well, if you are new to the sport of wheelchair basketball, essentially the rules are the same as running basketball. There's one or two minor differences, such as the travel is about pushing the chair and dribbling it. The key difference, and you will have seen it in the lineups, is each player has a classification rating from 1 to 4 or 4.5, depending on their impairment, and the coaches are limited to 14.5 points on the court at any one time. So the substitutions become a little bit more strategic in that if they're taking a 4 off, they can't put a 4.5 on, if you like. They have to balance the scoring as it goes through.
You have to be a mathematician and a coach at the same time, which is definitely a skill that you develop over your years of coaching.
I was thinking the biggest challenge is for the referees and the table officials to keep a handle on that. But as I say, it's not something you will obviously notice as a viewer. The basic rule of thumb is the higher they sit up in the chair, the more likely they are to be a high pointer, and the lower they sit in the chair, the more likely they are to be a low pointer. But the rest of the game is just fast, flowing, exciting, aggressive, and we're hoping to see a wonderful game of women's wheelchair basketball here. The Worcester Wolves take on the Loughborough Lightning in the first game in the British Wheelchair Basketball Women's Premier League, and the two teams have gone back into their huddles. We're literally seconds away from the opening of this ball game, and I'm sure there'll be one or two nerves, and they'll just want this ball to go up and get things underway.
It was always a relief once you got out and the tip happened and you could just settle into the match. Definitely as a player, that was when I felt that I was a bit more relaxed and I could just really just enjoy the game.
And enjoying the support of the crowd, of course, because obviously even those who went to the Paralympics in Tokyo, there was no crowds in the venue there. There was me sitting there commentating away, but I'm sure they could probably hear from from way up on our commentary gantry because it was sort of deathly quiet in the venue, but it will certainly not be here today. And we've managed to sit right in front of the drummer as well, Lou.
I did notice that. I was hoping they might stop after a while. Maybe not.
Well, the teams are out on court, fist bumps all round, and we are almost ready to get things underway. A historic day here at the University of Worcester Arena, and it will be Robinson and Hope to contest. Thumbs up from the table and the three officials, and we can get this first game underway. And it's Hope who wins it. It's batted about, but eventually Worcester do come away with the ball. Knocking around the screen from Hope, trying to find some room on the baseline. Back to the Wolves captain. A little short on the first shot. Love is first to the rebound.
She did well to bring that rebound in. It looked like it was going to go Worcester's way.
Here's Williams. Given a lot of space for the shot. She's too good a shooter to leave that open. Doesn't make them pay on that occasion.
It's early in the game. I'm pretty sure she'll warm up into this match.
Well, they will. It'll be a long afternoon for the Wolves if they keep giving Laurie Williams that sort of space, that's for sure. Lachlan, a little flat on that shot. Another rebound pulled in by Love.
I think this is where Loughborough will come into their own if they can get transition offense.
It's a nice pass into the post, but no joy there for Lucy Robinson. We still await the first score. Lachlan gets it across to Hope. Hope has the size advantage, might get her own rebound. Hope working with Bell. Cross court to Lachlan, who shots away. Just can't get a bounce at the moment.
Yeah, neither team able to capitalise on opportunities at this point.
Robinson in the key, 3-second violation. Maybe that pass came a little bit too late. She had to get that shot up quickly. Hope brings it forward. Round it comes to Bell, off the iron again. Williams with the rebound.
Maybe someone's put some thin film over the baskets and we didn't see him do it.
Just can't quite. I think once the first one goes in, the floodgates will open. Robinson trying to work the screen with Horan, who gets the first points on the board.
Lovely shot there.
Foul called behind the ball. It's on Yearn, I think, for a holding foul.
Yeah, she just caught Laurie Williams' wheel as Laurie tried to get past her.
Love gets it back from Robinson. Love is going to let fly from long range. Back iron on the three. Lachlan with the rebound. Loughborough back well in transition defense. Lachlan trying to find Hope. Three players around Sarah Hope, trying to feed that ball out. Gets the pass away. Still the Wolves can't get any points on the board.
Great defense there by Loughborough. They were just able to shut Sarah Hope down.
Foul called and the basket is good for Lucy Robinson inside. That's a nice pass from Laurie Williams, who came to a stop at the top of the key and then had the perfect waiting on the pass for Lucy Robinson.
And that all stemmed from a really good defence by Loughborough that just fed into a really good offence.
Robinson with the and one opportunity. Off the front of the ring. Nice screen from Hope to get free. Lachlan to get free, sorry. Foul is called. Robinson for the screen. Jade Lachlan to inbound. Gets it back. Into the key, kicks it back out. Bell from the foul line. Robinson with the rebound. Williams at pace. Back to Love. Oh, good opportunity there for Spears, unable to take it.
Difficult shot for a low point player. She did pretty well with it, but it was good defence there by Kayla Bell, who was just behind her.
Jade Lachlan. Too long. And at some point it starts to become a psychological thing. You think, oh, we've not scored.
They need to get themselves an easier shot.
Yeah.
I think they're taking shots from outside, and I feel like if they could just get something a little bit easier, it would just settle the nerves.
Some of it as well is Loughborough have been really good transitional defence, so you can't get anything, you can't leak out and get an easy layup or anything.
No,
They've clogged the paint pretty well.
Loughborough have got a lot of speed, so it's going to be difficult for Worcester to get those kind of opportunities.
Williams at the elbow. Gets her own rebound, back to Love. Love spies a little gap in the lane, back to Robinson at the foul line. And Lachlan with the rebound. Lachlan looking for some options. Cross court, shot clock getting low here. Well might have to shoot. She does. Does she get a bounce? Yes, she does. And finally, the first points on the board for the Wolves.
And she's just come on the floor, so I think that's coach's points, that, isn't it?
Yeah, indeed. Williams again. They've given her a few really good looks. They will start dropping in for Laurie Williams, no doubt about it. That's her first points of the game. As well. Well, I don't know if Hope was expecting that. It seemed to just go straight over her head.
I think she called for it, but it came a little bit later than she was expecting.
Here's Horn. Now to Williams. Back to Horan, just inside the top of the key.
Nice ball movement there by Loughborough. Shame that one didn't drop.
Comes away with it. Looking for something to happen. There's not a lot of movement off the ball. Now they're late in the shot clock. Going to have to heave one here. Not sure there's time for the pass. Bell's got to get it away. Does she get it off in time? Yes, says the referee. But it doesn't go, and Loughborough looking again to get out on the break. Nice move from Robinson to get into the lane. Got a bump on that, and she will shoot two.
Yeah, that's what we need to see from Robinson. She needs to be getting inside the key and putting their defence to the test.
Well, did the work early there to get her position. And once you get there, there's not a lot you can do other than foul. Both coaches changing the lineup as Robinson goes to the free throw line for 2. Well, there's a fair number of Loughborough fans in the building. Certainly made themselves heard on that one. Second one off the mark. Love trying to get the offensive rebound. It does come back to Robinson in the end. Love working with Robinson, and well, a reverse 3-point play. She got the free throw first and then the 2.
All because she was able to get that steal. She fought for the ball. Really good fight from Robinson there.
Might as well left all on her own. Gets it inside to Hope. They're trying to crowd her out, but Sarah Hope able to use her size to get one in off the glass there. Well, Loughborough going to call a timeout. Coach Bates wants to talk things over. I think from a Loughborough perspective, defensively they've done a really good job in the first 7 minutes. He might feel that they haven't quite taken as much advantage at the offensive end as the opportunities they've had.
I think you're right. Yeah, the offense has taken a while to get going. Defensively, they've done a pretty good job, but they could probably shut it down a little bit more. They're doing a really good job of stopping Sarah Hope make a real impact in this game, and that will be key to their win.
You can see on that replay, I mean, that's a good shot from Sarah Hope to move the ball around from the defense, but every time the ball even looks like it might go to her, she's got 2, sometimes 3 players around her. They certainly see the size and strength in the low block of Sarah Hope as a key for them to attack defensively, try and keep the ball out of her hands.
Yeah, they're going to definitely need to make sure they keep shutting her down and giving other Worcester players the opportunity to take the shots rather than Sarah Hope, who is a higher percentage shooter.
Back underway. 3 to play in the first quarter. Lightning with a 5-point lead. Nice move from Williams, getting all the way to the basket. Everything but the finish there. Hope guarded by Love. Gets a little bit of room on the screen. Shot is off the mark though.
Not a position that Sarah Hope will be wanting to shoot from, but a good opportunity nonetheless.
Williams got a little underneath that, but Love is there trying to clean it up and gets the points on the board. That as well, nice pass. And foul is called. And Fraser will go to the line for 2.
She did really well to get a good position there, and the pass into her was really good. I'm not sure who that came from actually.
Fraser off the mark from the first free throw. And the second one off the mark as well. Robinson with the rebound. Horan down to Love. Back to Horan, has room. 15-foot shot is off the mark. That as well trying to get out, but Loughborough's press is really good here. Need to get it over the halfway line, just crossed the line in time. Only get 8 seconds to advance the ball into the front court. They used at least 7 there. Here's Hope. Again, those are the shots they'd be happy to see Hope taking a little further away from the basket.
Yeah, she's much more dangerous if she's inside the paint. they'll definitely be wanting to keep her out as much as possible.
Good hands at the defensive end. Fraser looking for some options. Shot clock getting low on Hope here. Going to have to heave it up on the buzzer, gets it away off the mark. Again, they pulled in just about every rebound. Loughborough, they've done really well to limit the second chance opportunities. Here's Williams. Robinson in off the glass.
I'm not sure where she found the space to get that shot away.
Potentially last offense here of the first quarter. English into Hope. That's more the position she wants to get into, and that's exactly why. And she drops it in for two. A few more seconds here from Loughborough if they can go quickly. Good pressure from the Wolves to prevent the ball coming in, and time will expire. A good first quarter for the Loughborough Lightning. They've opened up a 7-point lead, leading 13 points to 6, and really the job they've done at the defensive end has been the difference between the two teams so far. That's been absolutely crucial so far. They're just not giving Worcester any options and shutting down any options that they do get. They've just had 2 baskets from Sarah Hope, I mean, you can't stop them all in basketball, can you? But they've done a pretty good job so far defensively. I think they would have wanted more offensively. They certainly would, and one of the interesting stats from that first quarter, Loughborough, 12 of their 13 points in the paint. They've been able to get to the basket much easier than it's been at the other end of the floor. And look, it's only 7 points difference between the two teams, but sometimes you just feel like one team is getting easier shots than the other team, and that's definitely been Loughborough in the first 10 minutes. Yeah, Worcester are definitely having to work a lot harder for the points that they've got. There's not a lot of movement going on around the court, so there's a lot of focus on where the ball is, and that two-man game, and there's not a lot else happening on the floor when they've got the ball, so they just need to get a bit more movement, I think, on the court. Yeah, movement of both ball and player. They're a little bit static when it comes down. We've seen a few times whoever's brought the ball forward ends up at the top of the key looking for something to happen, and there's not a lot in terms of player movement going on, so therefore the ball gets a bit stuck. Yeah, Loughborough know that they're going to want Sarah Hope working with Kayla Bell, and that's their kind of offense, so I think Worcester just needs to switch it up a little bit and try something new. Teams making their way back out onto court for the start of the second quarter. Robin Love at the halfway line, ready to inbound the ball. Just a little pause for a second there as Jade Lachlan looked like she was asking for a sub almost to come in when she's out there now. Williams too strong on that, and that bounced out of bounds off. Well, I thought the referee pointed down court and everybody went the other way, but it is a Lightning ball. Cadaswell was the last to touch it. Love to inbound. Gets it back. Out to Williams. Shot clock low for Williams. Don't think she sees it. Love needs to shoot here. Doesn't get it away in time. 24-second violation. I don't think they realised that there was no reset on that one. Well, it's the 14 reset, isn't it? Off the off the out of bounds from the baseline. Even though it's been in the game for a few years, it's one of those that people often forget about. Those 14 tick very quickly. Here to Hope. Hope sizes up the shot. A good hand in the face from Robinson to make that difficult. Here's Fitzpatrick looking to get away. Williams giving a lane to the basket. The help came eventually.
Yeah, that was created by Fitzpatrick's movement into the key, which drew the defender. Smart play.
Jay Lockman with the shot. Back iron. Williams with the rebound. Still going, Laurie Williams. Bullet pass down to Robinson, who scores. Again, we talked about how quick they are in transition defense, showing their speed going the other way there, Loughborough.
Yeah, and transition is definitely the kind of offense they're going to want to play.
Fraser setting the screen for Dad as well. The pass across to Hope. Difficult angle, that one. And it goes out of play. And we've got Hope trapped here, Loughborough. It's a good tactic to keep the big down court if you can. Frees up a bit of space in that key. The other four are going to have to do a good job until Hope can recover.
They might have to practice that one a little bit more. The other players didn't seem to know quite so well what they wanted from them.
There's Love all string with the shot. And the Lightning stretch their lead to double figures. Player down. Aaron trying to get back up, and eventually a little help from her teammates, and indeed Love gets back on the wheels. There's Jay Loughlin with the shot, knocks it down. They haven't had too many and a steal straight away from the Wolves, and two quick scores, and a bit of momentum now for Worcester.
Yeah, a very basic mistake there by Loughborough, and Worcester able to capitalise. Good play by them.
Fitzpatrick short on that one. Down as well, trying to get away. Fitzpatrick blocking the path. Again, they're late. Getting it over the halfway line. It's going to be an 8-second violation. Good pressure from the Lightning to force the turnover.
Yeah, just a couple of mistakes in the last couple of minutes. Both teams need to tighten things up again.
Possession from the front court, so only 14 on the shot clock. Love back to Williams. Round to Robinson. Rims out. Hope with the rebound. Hope one-on-one with Robinson, looking for some options. Cross-court pass to Loughlin. Nice drive into the key, getting all the way to the rim. Beautiful move from Jade Loughlin for two.
Really nice play from her. She is a really good young player, and she's developing really well.
Here's Love. Front iron. Fraser with the rebound. Out as well again. Loughborough's transition defense slowing the Wolves. Right on the half there. Had to get that pass away and ends up with a turnover. Good pressure from Laurie Williams.
Yeah, it's not a full press that they're putting on. It's just a tactic, I think, to slow the ball down and make things difficult for Worcester.
It's almost like opportunistic, sort of jumping at the ball whenever they've got an opportunity. And Robinson in the key knocks down the shot, and well, the lead is only stretched a little bit, but you just get a sense of the shift of momentum back towards Loughborough. Wolves had a couple of minutes there where they felt things were going their way, but Coach Fisher wanting to call a timeout here before things get too far away for his side.
They've definitely made some changes, and I think that they've been good changes. The ball's come out of Sarah Hope's hands and been moved around the key a little bit more. There's been a little bit more movement of players, so they must have heard us.
Yeah, we'll take full credit for that one for sure. But 5.5 minutes to go till half time. And if we have a look back, this was a nice bit. When points are tough to come by, that's a good shot in the first place, and then an uncharacteristic mistake. I mean, it's not a great pass from Love, left Robinson in an awkward spot, and suddenly they got 4 points in the blink of an eye, which when you've only got 12 in the game is a huge chunk.
Like you say, it wasn't a great pass from Robin Love, but I think Robinson could also have done a better job of sealing off her player so that they couldn't, or the person that was defending her, so that they couldn't get to steal that ball.
Wolves ball from the end. They trail by 7 here on opening day in the British Wheelchair Basketball Women's Premier League. Here's Bell. Back to Hope. I think she was sort of betwixt and between whether to go for a bank shot or straight at the rim there, and it ended up off the ring. Here's Love.
Good defence there by Kayla Bell.
Great play by Bell, didn't let her go through at all, but nice bounce off the rim for Fitzpatrick. That's her first points of the game.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick, who's just coming back from an injury herself. Good to see her playing again.
Pass, never getting past Love, who's looking to push. Feeds it forward to Fitzpatrick, has a lane to the basket, and 2 quick scores for Shiv Fitzpatrick.
Nice shot under pressure there by Fitzpatrick, and steal.
Yeah, turnover, just not a great inbound pass. And here's Robinson in the key, and suddenly, from that timeout, Coach Fisher hasn't had the response he wanted. He sensed the momentum shift, but he couldn't do anything to stop it, and suddenly the Lightning out to a 13-point lead. Here's Bell with room for the shot. It's off the mark. Loughborough again looking to push with Love going at speed. Williams into Robinson. The problem is when she gets to that sort of range, it's almost automatic. They've got to stop her before she gets that close to the basket.
She's having a really good game, shooting really well. I'm not sure what her percentage is, but I'd guess that it's pretty high.
It's Lachlan. Robinson is 6 of 9 for 13 points. You take those numbers any day of the week inside 17 minutes of the game. Oh, just an unfortunate bounce there for Lachlan. Nice pass. Fitzpatrick sizes up the glass, and she's had a pretty good offensive explosion off the bench as well. She's got 6 points off 3 or 4 shooting, and Coach Fisher's had to burn another timeout. I think he was going to call one a minute or so ago and thought, I'll just wait a second, but unable to stop the momentum here. And Loughborough very much on the charge at the moment, opening up a 17-point lead, their biggest lead of the game. They scored the last 12 points of the contest to go from a 5-point game to a 17-point game. We've really seen their offensive prowess.
Yeah, for me it's all about transition for them. They've got a lot of speed, a lot of experience, and they're just getting the ball down the floor really quick. Players are getting really good open shots, much easier shots than Worcester are getting.
Well, as you say, it's the speed to get you down court, but then the experience to know where to get to, where the best spots are, where the defence is at their weakest, and then the ball seems to be getting to the right place at the right time to give them nice, easy shots, whether it's Fitzpatrick on the layups on either side, whether it's Robinson sort of 8 feet inside the key. They've got some really easy looks, and that's why they've scored the last 12 points.
Yeah, the ball movement's been really, really good by Loughborough. Like you say, the experience of knowing who to pass it to. We've got a player down again.
And Aaron being helped back up. Hope at the high post. Williams won't let her go anywhere other than the high post, so the ball comes cross court to Bell. Three-second violation. And she's kind of got stuck in the key there, Amber Loughlin. When you've got the ball in your hands, it becomes obvious to the referee that you're still in the paint.
Usually you try and match up your taller players to defend each other, but Laurie Williams is a player that can defend taller players just because of her chair skills. They're fantastic.
Love with the shot off the mark. There's Hope. Back to Jade Lockman. Nice shot from the foul line.
Really great patience there by Worcester. They didn't force the ball inside, which would have been a temptation. They just waited for something to open up.
Nice pass. Love in the key. Foul call. Basket will count. Robin Love. That's a bonus free throw coming.
She was happy about that one.
It was a really nice pass. And look at that. High fives all the way around from the captain. And she will go to the line to try and extend her team's lead. Wholesale substitutions for Loughborough. Spears is back. Rounds in for the first time. So to Gilvari. Love trying to convert the three-point play in doing so. Loughlin to Hope. There we go, got into a nice position that time.
Again, really patient offense there by Worcester.
Fitzpatrick moves it back to Love. Nice pass. He can't convert, but get it back, and Fitzpatrick is there once again.
She can't miss today.
No, she's had some pretty nice drives to the basket, but you've got to get yourself there and be in the right place, and she certainly has been. Nice drive, but just got a little deep there. Jade Loughlin under the basket. Wolves have got it back though, with Hope along the baseline. She's fouled, and through the contact for the score. Sarah Hope will go to the line. One captain at one end, the other at the other end for the AM1. Sarah Hope converts the three-point play. She is up to 9. Fitzpatrick back to Love. Foul. No, a 3-second violation called on the opposite side of the court. Burying the key for too long. Kind of got trapped in there. Wasn't able to get out.
Yeah, a bit of inexperience showing there. You need to at least make an effort to get out of the key, or at least make the refs think you are.
Two very different things, those. Through the hands of Lachlan. Loughborough get it back. Love has it. There should be another offence in this for Worcester. 20 seconds remaining. No way that shot's going off with Sarah Hope's hand in the way. Love at the foul line, doesn't quite get the roll. 10 seconds here for the Wolves to get down court, try and get one last score. Hope has it, glances at the clock, driving in, fires up on the buzzer, but not quite enough on that. Tried to get a little bit closer to the basket, but couldn't get all the way and shot ball short. And the Loughborough Lightning will go into half time with a 15-point lead. And I think that Coach Bates will be delighted with defensively how well their team has played in that first half.
I think especially with the slightly less experienced team that was out for the last couple of minutes, they did a really good job and didn't concede many points at all. So I think that's a real positive for them as well, that they've got that depth within the squad.
It certainly is. And let's take a look back at some of the highlights from this first half. Took them a little while to get going offensively, maybe a little bit of nerves on the bigger occasion, but when they did get going, it was Loughborough who started out a little stronger offensively, probably a more experienced team, and therefore that not a massive surprise.
No, the scoreline is what I was expecting at this point in time. I was hoping that Worcester would perhaps score a few more. I think they'll be disappointed with that. But I think there was a phase there where they were moving the ball and players much better, and they just need to go back to that.
Well, that was the thing. When they got a bit static, it was hard for them. But there were times in that first quarter where the offense looked a little bit easier. They're obviously not going to get much in transition. We've seen through the first 20 minutes how well Loughborough do get back on defence. There's only been a couple of fast break points in the game, so they have to do a good job in that half court of making that half court offence work. Yeah,
they've not got as much speed as Loughborough have, and they would have known that going into this game, so they need to work on their half court game, like you say.
Whereas at this end of the floor for Loughborough, they've just got to their spots. They've done what they're comfortable doing, if you like. The scores they've got are the scores that their players will expect to make. The likes of Love, the likes of Fitzpatrick, the likes of Robinson have all got shots they're very comfortable in taking and making. And
their confidence has just grown because of that, and the whole team is really high at the moment, and they're playing well, and they're just kind of feeding off each other. I mean, enjoying the game, I hope.
Well, and that's the thing, is we talked a lot about the excitement of the occasion, but actually getting out there and doing battle and playing a game, it's what athletes want to do. This is the moment to shine, and when you're on a new team, it's finding all of those things that we talked about at the beginning, and they will grow not only over the course of the season, but through the course of a game, particularly in the early weeks of the season.
Especially this first match, you're definitely just trying to figure each other out and find who works best in what role, who works well together. Just like it's not a given that your most experienced players are going to work together the best. So you just got to find those pairings that work really well on the floor.
And obviously they've still got Jude Heyman to add to this lineup as well. So one or two others having to pick up the slack of her not being there as well. and a chance for them to maybe get some extra minutes and then develop what their role in the team is.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with Robinson so far today. I thought she's taken her opportunities when she's got them, and Fitzpatrick as well. She just can't miss right now.
Well, we've talked about it. It is an important day for women's wheelchair basketball, and as I say, this is a long-term plan for this women's Premier League. And earlier I managed to catch up with the Wolves captain, Sarah Hope, to get her thoughts on this new development of the Women's Premier League.
Well, Sarah, it's an exciting time to be involved in women's wheelchair basketball. Can you explain to us what you think this new Women's Premier League will do for the sport?
Yeah, I think this is, like you said, an exciting time, a great first step for women's wheelchair basketball. I think the only thing it can do from here is just grow the sport. It's going to really raise the profile of women's sport, of disability sport, and of course women's wheelchair basketball. I think we're going to see an increase in participation, and I think we're going to also see that increase in elite level basketball players. I think an opportunity like this for a lot of girls that perhaps are looking to play internationally, it just gives them an opportunity to train on a daily basis at the highest level.
Yeah, because there's obviously that thing about the players who are involved now and developing those who are not quite at GB level up a little bit, but also the sort of wider picture of getting people involved in the sport in general.
Exactly, yeah. I think it's gonna grow the sport from every angle. So just thrilled to be here.
And if you look at it from your own perspective, I mean, could you imagine that it would get to this stage when you first started playing wheelchair basketball?
Absolutely not. When I first started, we just had Women's League over 3 weekends a year, which was kind of behind closed doors to an extent. So the fact that we're now, almost every weekend for the next few months, we're going to be live streamed on BBC and YouTube. The fact that it's just going to be out there and visible, I never thought that was going to be possible when I started.
And visibility is the key, isn't it? If people see it, then they can be it.
Exactly. I think a lot of the time, people see wheelchair basketball as a disabled version of basketball, but as soon as you see it and you see it's physical, it's tactical, it's exciting, once people actually get to see it, then they're going to love it. They're going to get involved. They're going to start watching it more. And I think that's what we need, just to get it out there for people to see.
And from your own perspective here in Worcester, tremendous facilities to be a part of and to develop your game as well.
Yeah, I love being back in Worcester. Being local, it's just great to play sort of almost on my home court again. Love the facilities here, and just being able to improve with such a great group of girls in a different environment is fantastic.
And we're obviously at the beginning of this journey, but looking at the plans going forward, it's quite an exciting next 3 or 4 years leading up to Paris and beyond for the league.
Yeah, exactly. And I think people do have to remember this is the beginning of a very long journey. There's a lot of hype for this game, but stick with us and you're going to see such massive improvements from all of the teams in the league. Hopefully more teams coming into the league in the future, and then when we really do increase that pool of talent, you're going to then see that trickle through into the GB teams as well for Paris and the cycle beyond.
Well, that's kind of the thing. It's sort of like, does it at both ends. It gets people involved at the bottom, but also the bigger the base, the better the pinnacle, if you like.
Exactly, yeah. I think we are going to see a real boost to the GB teams, but not immediately, in sort of 3 to 5 years.
Perfect time for Paris and the Paralympic Games, of course.
Yeah.
But just a really exciting time to be involved, and as you say, as a local person to be playing for the Wolves is super exciting.
Yeah, I'm just loving being here, being in a different environment with different girls and taking on a slightly different role within the team. My focus now is developing the others and developing a team, and we do have that opportunity to start from scratch and really build something here.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And she's had a great first half. She'll be a key part of this Worcester Wolves team. And actually, one of the things about it is the Wolves is a bigger club. That it's not just the wheelchair basketball. In fact, there are 3 games going on today as part of the Wolves ticket, and sort of getting that out into the Worcester community and building the brand, if you like.
Yeah, it's a great brand that they've got here. I remember when we were training here in Worcester and we would come and watch the BBL games, and it was a highlight of the week because the atmosphere in this arena was electric.
It's certainly been very good today. I also managed to catch up with Robin Love, captain of Loughborough, along a similar theme of what she thinks that this Women's Premier League will do for wheelchair basketball in this country. Well, Robin, this is a tremendously exciting time for women's wheelchair basketball. Can you put into words what it means for you and the other players out there?
It's a monumental step forward for not just wheelchair basketball, but parasport as a whole, and for us as players, it's me especially. It's so exciting to get to actually play in this league. I didn't think it would exist in my time as a player. So for all of us, we're really embracing it and excited, and just to see what we can bring to the league. But also, we also like to think about 10 years' time what it's going to look like as well. So, it's a really great time for us.
Yeah, it's that fascinating thing. We always talk about inspiring the next generation. This is a real opportunity to visibly out there and showing young kids what they can do in wheelchair basketball in the future.
Absolutely, I'm someone that actually didn't know about wheelchair basketball until I was 22 when I saw it on television. So to be in the position that I am, where not only are we getting every 4 years with the Paralympics, but within those years we've got this league to really showcase wheelchair basketball. And it's not just for the next generation. Like I said, I was 22. It's for the generations above me and below me. It's for women's wheelchair basketball, no matter what age you are.
And it's one of those interesting things because we kind of, as a country, focus on parasport, particularly when the Paralympics are around in wheelchair basketball, also on the World Championships and the European Championships. But here we have it on our doorstep every week, an opportunity for people to go and experience it live.
Yeah, exactly. How exciting is that, getting to watch live sport again? That's something that I'm excited for. Hopefully we'll get a few people in today to watch us. Maybe they won't be cheering us on, but even just to have that noise will be fantastic. And like you said, it's the opportunity. It's the opportunity for people to play, the opportunity for people to watch. In my eyes, wheelchair basketball is a genre of sport, just like motorsport, snow sports, and I think it's a really exciting sport to get involved in and watch. So I hope more people tune in and get involved.
And obviously we focus on the top level of people like yourself, but actually it is also about trying to bring people into the game at recreational level and build the participation of the sport. Oh,
absolutely. I mean, like I said, I only started playing wheelchair basketball in 2014, and I did it because I wanted to make friends and have fun, and the community that you get, the friendships that you make are fantastic. I'm still friends with a lot of people from my first club. I'm playing against some of them today, so it's definitely a great community to be part of, whether you're a player, a volunteer, a coach. There's something for everyone.
And obviously we're at the beginning of this journey, but the plans that have been set out over the next 3 or 4 years to build and grow the league, really exciting to be a part of.
Oh gosh, so exciting. I've been watching the Women's Running Basketball League develop and grow over the years. I'm fortunate enough to be on the board at Basketball Scotland, where Caledonia Pride have been built and grown, and for me over the next few years I would love to see a Scottish women's wheelchair basketball team develop and grow. So for me this is the start, but I think that there's so much further that it can go and that it can grow over the next kind of few years.
Thank you very much.
Nice one.
Thank you. Well, yeah, very interesting thoughts that she's got there. Let's actually take a look at the launch video here for the Women's Premier League before we get back underway with the second half.
Inspire Your Generation is a programme that's been funded by Sport England and the National Lottery, and it's about bringing the sport of wheelchair basketball to local people in their local communities. So the Community Activators have been delivering sessions of an inclusive programme to be able to introduce the sport to new participants who have never played wheelchair basketball before. Wheelchair basketball is an amazing, fast-paced, exciting sport, which is just a leveller.
It gets able-bodied people and disabled people together on a level playing field, and it's just such an amazing sport that I think everyone should try it.
You can just jump in a chair for the first time, you can jump in a chair for the 10th time, whatever that may be, and just being able to enjoy the sport in an inclusive, fun and safe environment. So if you were considering playing wheelchair basketball for the first time, I'd suggest you get onto inspiregeneration.com, find where your local sessions are, come along, don't worry about the equipment, it'll all be there. Don't worry about the coaching, the best coaches will be there. Just come, have a good time in a fun, safe environment and play this amazing, inclusive sport of wheelchair basketball.
Well, yeah, indeed. Definitely do that. Check it out. And as I say, we talk about the top level, and obviously that's the visible bit that people see and can sort of engage with. But this is about participation as much as it is about the top end and thinking about Paris and the Paralympic Games and all of that sort of thing.
Yeah, you always need a incoming of new players, because without those new players, you never get them to be better players and international players and elite players. So you always need to look at the grassroots and make sure that it's not forgotten.
And don't forget, it's not just the young ones. The older people can play as well. We're trying to encourage people to take up the sport at any age, so you can go on and find out where your local club is and join in.
Absolutely, it's a sport for any age, but personally speaking, it gets harder when you get older.
Back underway here in the second half. I don't think that pass was intended for Sarah Hope, but that's where it ended up, and Wolves have possession. That's the most important thing. Shot off the mark. Oh, I'm not quite sure what happened to Lucy Robinson there. It looked like an easy rebound, and suddenly it was out of bounds off her.
Yeah, just misjudged it there and off her foot plate, out of bounds.
There's Jade Loughlin, knocks down the first shot of the second half.
She's got a lovely shot, and that's definitely something that Worcester should be taking advantage of more.
Love's got great positioning in the key. It's a foul underneath. It's going to be a shooting foul, I think. A little bump from behind by Amber Loughlin.
Normally players will chuck up a shot there to make sure the ref knows that they were shooting, but she got the shots there, so she didn't need to.
And the first free throw is good for Robin Love. 8 points now for her. Jade Loughlin bringing it forward. There's a foul on that one as well, and another three-point play opportunity for Sarah Hope.
It's quite a regular occurrence once the big gets into the key that they will get fouled. They just have to have the composure to get that shot away.
Hope converts the three-point play.
Free throw percentage today, I think, from both teams has been quite high.
That is 2 of 4 the Wolves are after that.
Yeah, it felt like more than that.
It felt like they shot more than 4 as well, but it's 4 of 6 at the other end, so reasonable between the two. I'll let you have that one,
Okay,
Lou.
thanks. More than 50%.
Yeah. That's good for me. Here's Jade Loughlin at the free throw line, but firing in for 2 points. Just hanging about in this game, Worcester. They've not let the Lightning get too far away. Sometimes that's the thing, just stay in the game. Let's see if you can make a run at the end. Bobbling about. Worcester come away with it.
Going back to Hope. Hope cross court. There's going to be a foul there on Williams. Not too many fouls in the game today. Relatively straightforward job for the officials so far. Here's Bell. But Lachlan Robinson making it hard. Now Williams takes over the defensive duties. Nothing easy for Lachlan there. Hope's got to shoot here. Gets it away on the buzzer. A little bit short, and an unfortunate bounce there for Loughborough. So the Wolves will get the ball back.
Yeah, they really should have just claimed that rebound, Loughborough. They need to stop this rhythm that Worcester have developed if they want to maintain their lead.
Well, they didn't give up too many second chance points in the first half, but there's a couple here early in the third quarter. Williams. Back to Robinson. Cross to Love. Again, we talked about points in the paint for Loughborough. They're getting pretty close shots. Williams, a wry look on her face there as the whistle is called against her.
That's 2 in a very short space of time, so she just needs to be aware that the refs have got their eye on her.
It's only her second of the game. Nobody in any real foul trouble. As I say, there weren't too many fouls in the first half, but nice shot from Jade Lachlan. She's up to 16 points, and Coach George Bates going to call a timeout here. Again, there's a lot of time and space there, isn't there?
Yeah, and I think Laurie Williams was very aware of the fact she just got called for a foul in that position, so defensively she backed off a little bit and gave Jade Lachlan the space that she's comfortable taking that shot from.
Well, they've been behind the whole game, trailed by as many as 18, but an 11-6 start to this third quarter has got the Wolves back within shooting distance, down only 10. And when I say 11-6, the 11 is the important bit in that, because they got 6 points in the first quarter, 13 in the second, but have got 11 in 3 minutes here in the third quarter. If they can keep that sort of offensive production going, they've got a shot in this game.
Definitely, they've come out firing in the second half, and we all love it when it gets close, don't we? So can't wait to see how this one develops.
They certainly do, and it's just about trying to make your shots a little easier and theirs a little harder. I know that sounds pretty basic, but amazing how often that can swing the game. It is the two teams making their way back out on court. Loughborough will bring it forward with Robin Love, their captain, crossing mid-court.
And interesting, the Worcester have not brought Jade Lachlan back out, which is a surprise because she was scoring all their points.
Love. That's a great shot.
Really nice.
She's a bit further out there, sort of 16, 17 feet. Sarah Hope in close proximity. Down as well. English going around the screen from Hope, now feeding it back to Sarah Hope. Has the size advantage in that matchup, but doesn't get the bounce of the ball.
Actually, it looks like Jade Lachlan's getting treatment by the physio, so that's probably why she's been taken off the floor.
Maybe a bit of a shoulder issue over on the bench for her. It's all them shots she's made. Here's Love late in the shot clock. Needs to go up here from Horan. off the mark. That'll be a shot clock violation. Robin Love almost read that inbound pass there, but good work from Amber Loughlin to get there. Sorry, Dowd as well to get there first. Cross court to Bell. Bell lines up the shot. Had the line, but not the distance. Love looking to use her speed. Dowd as well, who's back there. Love finds some room along the baseline. Great move. Doesn't get the points though. Hope looking for some options. Nice screen from Bale to free up the shot, but Williams with the rebound. Nice outlet pass. Here's Horan. Bell chasing back. Love with the offensive rebound. Just lost her wheels there. It was a sharp turn from Horan.
Yeah, I don't think she wanted that ball back, but she did the best with it she could.
The referee just stopped the game because she'd gone over in a dangerous spot. It will be a Wolves ball. Oh, Fraser just turned around at the wrong moment. Good spin on the wheels to get back the right way round to receive that inbound pass. Hope to English. English in for two.
It's good to see some of the less experienced players stepping up.
Kaylee English with her first points of the game, off her first shot of the game. Love into Robinson. That is a well-worked play by Loughborough.
Yeah, the cover came, but it was just a bit too late defensively.
Hope in an awkward spot right by the halfway line. Here's Fraser. She's going to take the shot. A little flat. Love with the rebound. Horan is out in front. Pass a little behind her. She has to slow down to get it, but still able to score.
Yeah, she did well with that one. Made the adjustment that she needed.
English under pressure from Williams. Gets it away to Dowd as well. Good hand from Love to deflect that pass. Fraser just keeps it in bounds. Nice pass. Oh, and a great finish off the glass. Had to throw that up super high, Bell. Tremendous.
I love that. She's worked hard to develop shots in difficult positions, and she's clearly doing a really good job.
Gets a hand on that. Eventually, Dowd as well is able to contain the ball. Love knocks it away. Take another look at this one. You can see right under the basket. Got to reach out. Almost at the top of the board and spinning it in off the glass.
It's a very nice shot. She knew what she was doing.
High degree of difficulty on that one. Extra style points. And with room in the key. It's a good position, but look at Williams, the speed down court. Good use of the chair to keep the defender away, but can't finish. Might get her own rebound as it goes through the hands of Fraser and out of bounds for a Loughborough ball. Well, Ellen Fraser will be a little disappointed there that she didn't pull that rebound in. Fitzpatrick Well, she had the hot hand when she came on in the first half, and leave her open at your peril.
Yeah, she's had a bit of a rest, but she's come back on with just the same shooting form she went off with.
She's pouncing on the loose ball, or at least blocking the path, because she knows it's going to be a Loughborough possession. Fitzpatrick, by the way, 10 points in 10 minutes. That's some pretty efficient scoring. Dowd as well, getting a break for the Wolves. Anthony into the game for the first time for Worcester. Love, back to Williams. Fitzpatrick now, mid-range. Well, a rare miss for Siobhan Fitzpatrick. She's been 5 of 6 to that point.
Still a decent percentage.
Still, yeah, you'd take that, wouldn't you? 5 out of 7.
Yeah, I would.
Jade Loughlin cross to Hope, and the whistle goes. Sideline ball to the Wolves. Just inside the final minute of the third quarter, which started really well for Worcester. But Loughborough have recovered a little bit. It's basically score for score in this third quarter now. Loughlin kind of trapped, gets away, needs to shoot here, has to get it off, does. Oh, it almost went in as well.
Yeah, Loughborough have really tightened up their defence, which meant that Jade Loughlin wasn't getting the open shot she was getting at the beginning of this quarter.
Nice pass, Fitzpatrick. Good block from Hope, though. Round it goes to Hope, again late in the shot clock. Loughborough's defence, oh, that's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul. Foul in transition from behind. It's going to be 2 shots and possession. You can see late in the shot clock, it's got the last couple of times. And then Robin Love trying to get away. Was fouled. So shots here now for Love. With 0.4 of a second, it wasn't the greatest foul you could see. Love doesn't get it away in time. Well, for a minute there at the beginning of that quarter, looked like they might be making some inroads into the lead, the Worcester Wolves, but at the end of the period, the gap is bigger than it was at half-time. It's out to 16, and Loughborough really turned up the heat defensively once again in the second half of that third quarter.
Yeah, they adjusted to what was happening. The Worcester offense had become more based around Jade Loughlin, and they really they noticed that, they adjusted what they were doing, and they shut her down, basically just didn't give her the space to get the shots that she was getting at the beginning of the quarter. So that's how they've managed to open that lead up again.
And offensively, Loughborough have ticked over. There was a period where it looked like Worcester had started to make the shots a little bit more difficult, but then it just felt like it's almost like the defense feeds the offense, and when they start making it more difficult for Worcester, they find it easier at the other end.
Yeah, and you do find that basketball is a game of runs, and whoever has got the momentum, normally it's on both offense and defense, and their confidence just builds from there, and that's why you see coaches taking time out so that they can stop that momentum. Doesn't always work, but it's quite a good tactic at times.
Well, important couple of minutes you feel here at the start of the fourth quarter. I always think in these situations, if you go put 6 points either way, let's say an 8-2 start or something like that, if it's the Wolves that have the 8-2 start, suddenly we're looking at a grandstand finish. If it's Lightning that have the 8-2 start, they're looking comfortable.
Yeah, it's all hinging around these first couple of minutes here. I think if Worcester can find what they found at the beginning of the second half, it'll be a very different game.
Well, it's Love once again who takes the ball from mid-court to get the fourth quarter underway. Oh, that's nice. And Williams with the finish. Good work between Love and Williams.
Yeah, right-handed scoop there, or reverse from her there, and she's a left-handed shooter, so even harder degree of skill needed.
That as well, going right down the middle of the key there.
She's a quick player, so you do need to keep your eye on those kind of drives that she can take. But against an experienced player like Laurie Williams, I wouldn't expect her to be able to get past her. She looked like she switched off for a second there.
Or allowed a second or two off. Here's Dowd as well. Ooh, unfortunate rim out for her. Fitzpatrick back to Williams. Oh, squares up, back to Williams, on to Fitzpatrick. Wanted one more pass. There's probably not enough time there for that last pass.
No, she hesitated, and it was unfortunately too much of a hesitation for the amount of time that was left on the clock.
Hope that's a foul. Slap across the arm.
I heard that from here, so I don't know how she's saying that it's not a foul.
I bet you if it was you doing the slapping, you'd be like, what foul, ref?
No, I never fouled.
Yeah. Look at that. There we go. It was a high five. That's what it was from White.
Anyone who knows me knows that that was the biggest lie I've told on television.
Right. I'm sure it's misinterpretation by the referees. Really. that's what it is. Here's Williams bringing it forward for Loughborough. Slaloming their way through and finding Fitzpatrick, who's been red hot all game. Real offensive impact off the bench. Bell. Fitzpatrick with the rebound. Love trying to work along the baseline. Back out to Williams. Round it comes to Fitzpatrick. Bell trying to apply the pressure. Cross court to Love. That's good ball movement, but shot doesn't fall. Hope. Off the glass from Fitzpatrick's gone. If they can see her down court and get the pass there, Love is racing down. Now she does go to Fitzpatrick. Off the iron though. This time it's Amber Loughlin who's ahead of the pack for the Wolves. But Williams thought for a second she was going to catch that up.
I thought she was going out of the building.
There is the little exit doors there. She could have gone right through into the hot dog stand. Dowd as well. Takes the shot. Fitzpatrick will watch that one go out of bounds for a Lightning possession. Foul called. On the floor, it'd be Hope.
Some really great work there by Jess White to get the big in. A lot of the guards don't get the credit for all the hard work that they do on the floor. I know because I was one.
That's the thing. It's always struck me that in wheelchair basketball that actually some of the best players do so much stuff that the uninitiated miss, if you like, because it isn't all about point scoring and rebounding. It's a lot about screen setting, positioning, and all of that sort of thing.
Yeah, and you'll see, players like Kayla Bell work incredibly hard, and a lot of it doesn't get seen. Obviously, it does
doesn't turn up on the stats either.
No,
it's one
it doesn't.
of those things. It's almost hard to quantify, but without it, you're not in the game.
No, you need the guards in there working for the rest of the team, and every now and again they'll get a shot, and that's when they get their glory.
Here is Bell. Amber Loughlin takes the shot. Williams with the rebound. Again, look at the Lightning looking to race down court as quick as they can. Nice move along the baseline from Williams out to Fitzpatrick. White onto Williams. That's a good bit of ball movement from Loughborough.
I think 4 of the 5 players touched the ball in that offense. It's fantastic ball movement.
And they took the shot that came to them, and it was a good one in the end. Hope short on that one. Fitzpatrick with the rebound again. Love and Williams and White race off to try and get position down court. Wolves recover. Oh, nice. Fitzpatrick is there again, but a great assist from Robin Love.
Big miscommunication there from 2 players that you wouldn't expect that to come from. Worcester don't need that at this point in the game.
Well, Fitzpatrick has been a real thorn in the Wolves side today. 14 points off just 11 shots. And in only 17 minutes, that's a lot of offense coming off the bench. And we talked about Heyman not being here. She would have been, no doubt, a key part of their scoring offense. But they put 58 on the board with still 5 minutes to go. They've had lots of different players contributing the shot at 50%. Lightning with Jude Hamer to add to this lineup. They look a very potent team at that end of the floor.
Yeah, a huge amount of experience in the Loughborough squad, and I think that, on paper, they're potentially the strongest team in this league, but anything can happen on the day in basketball, so you can never say that it's a foregone conclusion.
Well, paper doesn't win you games. You've got to go out and do it on the court, and they've certainly done it today through 35 minutes. Just under 5 minutes to go here on opening day in the BWB Women's Premier League. It's not gone the way of Worcester here in their first home encounter. They've had a good go at it, but this Loughborough side have been relentless, and Love at the forefront of much of it, bringing them forward again. Barry with her own rebound. Now White in there, third chance opportunity for the Lightning.
Oh, it's a real shame though, none of those dropped, because that would have done huge things for those players' confidence.
Ball is knocked away, should be able to pick that up, but they've only got 10 seconds to work with it, the Wolves. Lachlan shot, rims out. Love. White can't get that one up high enough. English. Lachlan, nice pass. Fraser gets her own rebound, tries again, and this time he's fouled and will go to the free throw line. Well, Lou, I don't know if you know, but you've been tasked with picking the MVP today. You might want to start giving that some consideration with 3 minutes to go. Some good performances out there at either end of the floor.
Okay, I'll get my thinking hat on.
Fraser makes the second. The first point of the fourth quarter for the home team. Love, nice pass. She's got a little bit underneath the basket there. Gavari. Jade Lachlan shot. It's good. Fitzpatrick. Nice form on that, but didn't get the bounce. Lachlan round the screen from English, gets her own rebound. No reset of the shot clock, it didn't hit the ring. It's out of bounds for a Loughborough possession.
Yeah, they've just gone away from what they were doing well, which was getting Jade Lachlan the shot. They really, if they want to get some more points in this quarter, go back to that.
Simon Fisher just making some adjustments to the lineup for these last couple of minutes. Here's Lowndes. Room for the shot. Rims out though. Jade Lachlan with the rebound. Lachlan working through. Driving hard. Again, every time Love gets the ball, she's looking to go at pace. Fitzpatrick in the key. Stolen away by Hope. Love chasing back. Love has the speed to catch Hope up. Brown's breaking that up. It'll be out of bounds for Worcester possession. Come on then, Lou. You've had your thinking time. Who are you going for your MVP in today's game?
Oh, it's a difficult one. I think.
Do you need some stats before we do that?
Well,
Have you made your mind up?
I think that I'm going to go with Siobhan Fitzpatrick because of points in minutes played. I think it's a pretty impressive stat. I think a very, very close second for me would be Jade Loughlin.
Yeah, tremendous performance from Fitzpatrick off the bench. 14 points, very efficient shooting. But as you say, there are a number out there in the running. Love, obviously, tremendous as ever, and Robinson as well did all that damage early on for the Lightning. Inside the final minute of the contest. Here is Fitzpatrick.
Oh.
Turnover to block
That's
the
my
coffee.
fault, isn't it?
It is. Blaming you entirely. Athlete with the bullet pass, but perhaps a bit too much pace on that for Uren to pull in. Here's Oren. Lines up the shot. Well, we were right behind that, thought that was in, but just a bit of iron on that one. Last few seconds of the game. Maybe a chance for Sarah Hope and the Wolves to get one last score. To Athlete. Here's Fraser going backwards, knocks the shot down.
Very nice fade away there from Fraser.
Well, that was a good way to finish. I hope fans enjoying that as the last few ticks of the clock expire, and the Loughborough Lightning have won this ball game, the first win in the British Wheelchair Basketball Women's Premier League. Goes to the Lightning by 58 points to 41, and they just had a little bit too much at both ends of the floor really for the Wolves.
I think that there were some definite improvements from Worcester Wolves throughout that game, but like you say, too much experience, speed on the Loughborough side, and they made the most of their opportunities, even though both teams started off pretty slowly in the first quarter.
I thought Loughborough really, the key to them was the transition, going both ways. When they got out on the break and really pushed, they put Worcester under pressure. They good ball movement when they got into the half court, but particularly transition defense didn't give the Wolves anything too easy.
Absolutely, yeah. They've just got a lot of speed. They know where their strengths lie, and they made the most of that speed that they've got on the floor. And transition was always going to be key for them. And yeah, they made the most of it.
Coach Fisher got his team in a huddle on the half court, and he'll be taking the positives out of that game. And as we say, there were spells in that game where they looked really good. The ball was moving well. They were finding nice shots. Defensively, they were making things difficult. They've just got to learn to expand those spells, make those spells, instead of being 2 or 3 minutes long, being 4 or 5 minutes long, and then 6 or 7 minutes long.
Yeah, they've got to just figure out their strengths, and I think they will have learnt a lot from this match and just keep working on them. I think that they could probably do more about moving people, not necessarily the ball so much, but they were quite static on their offense, and I think they could definitely do more in that respect.
But a good start, and the Wolves fans, as we look back at the highlights of this game, showing their appreciation for the Worcester team, and well, they will have learned plenty from this game, and we talked a little bit at the beginning. There's probably a few nerves on opening day, but there won't be at the next game. And this is how you develop through the season, and good minutes from a lot of players out there, and a very good learning experience for them.
Especially the inexperienced players, they will have learnt so much from that game, and I mean, there were some great performances from some players that were not expected to be the main players, so it was good. It was really good to see those players stepping up and having an opportunity.
And they've come up against a very good Loughborough Lightning team, no doubt about that, and we've talked about Jude Hamer to add in to that as well. But really, when you look at the numbers, the efficiency with the way that Loughborough scored, I mean, Lucy Robinson, 19 points, only took 12 shots, 9 of 12 shooting, a double-double for Love, almost a triple-double because she had 8 assists as well. I mean, in some ways, we almost expect that from a player of Robin Love's experience, but that was a tremendous performance of leadership as well as statistics from her out there.
Yeah, there were definitely opportunities where she could have almost got that triple-double, and it is what you'd expect from her, and the Loughborough team, to be honest with you. They're a good group of girls that are training together regularly, experience and new talent coming through. So it's an exciting team. I mean, the whole league is exciting, and I just love the mix of the experience and the new talent coming through.
Well, let's get some reaction. Jade Loughlin is courtside with Bethan. Let's hear from her.
We're here with Jade Loughlin.
Yep.
Tough opening game in the brand new league. Some reflections on the game, and also thoughts going into your game against Cardiff.
So that was a really tough opening game to come into. Lightning are the favourites. We just came out with a very, very team energetic. We came with bold standard ideas of what we want to play and how we want to play. Focused on that, and to be fair, I couldn't be prouder of the girls anymore. Like, we executed what we wanted to out of everything in that game.
And then your thoughts going into Cardiff, your next match?
It's going to be a tough game as well. They've got quite a lot of speed and a bit of height as well. So I think if we just execute what we did today, then it should be a very close game again.
Perfect. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, interesting thoughts there. She was talking about how proud she was of the team that were out there, and they did what they wanted to do. And as I say, for spells in that game, they looked really good.
They did, and there's a lot to come from this team, I think. There's definitely some real shooting talent on the team. They've got height in Sarah Hope and a couple of the other players, Fraser, another talent that I think is coming up. So yeah, they can be really proud of what they've done today. It was always going to be a difficult game for them, but they did really well. I think if they could have got going a little bit quicker, that would have helped. But yeah, it was a good game either way.
Yeah, it certainly was a good game. And our MVP, your MVP, Lou, was Siobhan Fitzpatrick with 14 points off the bench. An excellent performance from her. Let's hear from her now.
So, Shiv Fitzpatrick, fantastic opening game in the brand new league. Reflections on your first game?
Absolutely amazing start for Loughborough Lightning against a fantastic team of Worcester Wolves. It was just a great opportunity to showcase our sport in such a great arena, and we got our first win of the league. We can't complain with that. All of the girls had a great time on court, everyone played great minutes and contributed, and we just can't wait to build on that.
Fantastic. And then your next game coming up is East London Phoenix. How are you preparing for that?
I think we'll go back and look at the game footage back from this,
and work on some little areas that we need to improve on. They've got a couple of key players with Beth Wheeler and Amy Conboy that we know really well, great shooters. So yeah, definitely just go back, work hard, train hard, and then come out there and put on another good performance.
Thank you, Shiv.
Thank you.
Well, an excellent performance from her, an excellent performance from her team, and as I said, the game's coming thick and fast. But final reflections, Lou, on a very good opening day for this Women's Premier League.
I think it was a great example of women's wheelchair basketball. It was a really enjoyable game, and I think that both teams are really exciting teams, and I think that there's a lot to come from this league, and I can't wait to watch the rest.
Well, me neither, and you won't have to wait too long, but opening day belongs to the Loughborough Lightning. They've beaten the Worcester Wolves 58 points to 41. For Louis Sugden, I'm Daniel Routledge. Thank you very much for joining us. We will see you next time. Goodbye.